Hi YouTube, how are you? Hope my lighting's a little bit better tonight, but either way, here I am. I went out for a walk today. It was about 40 out and it was really nice. It was a little overcast and almost like foggy, but it was nice. So, yeah, it was a really good day. I didn't feel like working, so I didn't. And I think God knew my pain, even having to discuss any bad times, but I am open. But it was really cool last night. My youngest son got a hold of me and messaged me on Facebook, and we talked for a bit. And then again this morning. So, yeah, that's nice. I think he was feeling my pain, He's going through some too, and I feel them. So, like I say, we're close in that weird way, family members are like that. So, yeah, that was nice. It's like he knew, maybe he even watched my videos, but he didn't, we weren't talking about that. But yeah, um, so I'm sure he knows what's going on with me, you know, and that's nice. Um, I was considering the word open in Aramaic or Syrian language, and the translation would be they uh, well, like the Jewish have a book. It's their dictionary called Word by Word, and that's what open means. Word by word. Isn't that crazy? In their language. That's their translation. So when we think of the word open, we think of like to open a window or an open area or, you know, it's not something that, um, it's like when you read something and you miss something the first time and you go back. Well, when you read the book, um, the King James Version now, and then go back, a word has been opened to you. It opening your mind to put that word for word to give you the teaching of that, you know. And then I was thinking about the word terrorize. Did you know that one of the definitions of terrorize is to cause people anxiety? So if that's somebody's intent, you know, you're breaking the laws of God and man, you know. Mm, excuse me. So let's see what else is on my mind. Oh, um, give me a second. I got quite a bit on my mind actually. Uh, I don't know. Just hang with you for a second. Hope everybody's doing good. I forgot hi YouTube. But yeah. Um. Oh. Oh yeah. I was gonna tell if anybody doesn't know because you think I could be still involved with the Masons. When I was 15, I got a job as a student teacher when I was going to a Catholic girls' school for the state of Minnesota in a public school. And I saved up my money. When I was 17, I took the Masons to court and I divorced them. I got emancipated by the state of Minnesota in Anoka County, Minnesota, if you want to go into the records. So don't accuse me of being a part of that. So even when I tried to keep my kids away from that, and I tried to tell them, hey, the state said they were bad company when I was 17. So why are they good company for my kids now? And they ignored me because they had the money to do it. Back when I got myself emancipated, they didn't go into that because they knew I would be more trouble than I was worth. But my two kids, they wanted to get to and destroy, and they did their damnedest. So, just in case you didn't know, the severe abuse I suffered daily and started running away when I was 12. So, and I never hoard myself out or lowered myself. I found jobs and friends. One time I babysat a family. The mom worked and she was gone most of the day, would come home and I'd help her with, she had like, God, 9 kids, something like that, crazy single mother. So I stayed there and I was able to eat and kick back for a while and that type of thing. So I had, I call them my angels that helped me. Then I had some devil stuff too that tried to get me and kill me and all kinds of stuff. So, but that didn't work out too good for them either. So, but yes, I divorced the Masons. So, yes, I did. And I tried to take them to psychiatrists too, but they wouldn't go. So, anyway, so if anybody's trying to tell you that a book that was made to take taxes from people and keep a census on people back in uh, 46 AD and is using a new version of it now with words to go along with the numbers of the people that are written in that book or ones that they want to write in there, um, is anything but a scam, well, then you're very foolish. That's all I got to say. If you can't feel the word of God on your heart and you think you need some man with a book of numbers to tell you what you already know in your heart, that you're a lesser man or a lesser person or no lesser of that, that's ridiculous if you think about it. So, and this isn't just my opinion, these are facts. So if you think that people that have the so-called control on this planet at this time have your best interest at heart and your soul, that they're concerned about your soul, listen to their words. Are they literally teaching you the words of God, the word that's on our hearts, you know, and of love and that type of thing? So, yeah, I threw away a fortune. These people were going to buy me an island, a 2.5 acre island, just to bribe me, with houses and buildings. And I had a lake home. So, but I gave stuff up to get the hell away from it and start battling it because I couldn't battle it from in because it was always 2 against 1. There was 3 of them, so it's like it was always at least 2 or more. So that wasn't an easy thing. So kind of like the trolls out here, eh? Anyway, so yeah, it's kind of what's been on my mind. Let me see. I don't think I wrote any more notes, but I might have. Let me check here. Oh, well, yeah, I was reading Luke 15:8 today about lost sheep, and the angel would be happy if we just find one, you know. Let's see. Yeah, it's probably about that on maybe. Yeah, I just thought that word open to consider that, what it would mean to open the seals and who would be capable of that. Um, every man's heart, perhaps, when you hear words that ring true in your heart, you know, you got to consider, what do people have to gain? Oops, excuse me. You know, why, why, why do they do what they do? You know, like right now, I know I'm talking to people that love me and care about me, like could be sisters, sons, friends, you know. So I know that I'm talking to somebody who gives a darn, but and people I care about and people that I'm getting to know that I really care about and love. Um, Truly ask yourself when you're listening to somebody, what is their ulterior motive? You know, because I literally went like 6 years one time without a hug, like 10 years another time. I'm telling you the truth. So for somebody to say, "Well, I don't have a woman and I'm lonely and blah blah and feel sorry for me or I'm injured and I've had heart problems," and let me tell you, I'm telling you straight up, if you can get on here and make a video, you can do internet phone sales without scamming people with numbers. Seriously, so there's jobs you can do right from your house in life. Um, and if you're skilled at anything, if you could write or way to make a decent living without, um, you, I mean, whenever a person appears like they know something that you don't, that's um, that's really not a god. You should be able to speak and reach somebody and say, "Hey, if you think about it, you already know this too." That type of thing. And that is true. We do know that. We know. Then I heard Andrea, if you listen to this, said, "Take it or leave it." Paul became Saul, Saul became Baal or Baal, however you want to say it. And same like Enoch is one of his names. It's how the blood progressed within mankind and who that person became from the inside out, like people are today. So I don't want to hear nothing back. I'm just telling you what I know, you know. So, yeah, I wish I could say I was sorry, but no, I'm not. I'm out here doing what I got to do because I know people are being deceived all over the place. And with half truths and truths, I mean, when you read something out of the Bible and it's true, but then you put your spin on it. I'm not putting a spin telling you that gematria was for taxes and census taking and turned into a money scamming thing. It was nothing but to get money from you from the beginning right up until now. And those codes that were put into the Bible alongside of the words were not there. They were put there. And little by little, they built on that system through the world to fool mankind throughout countries, throughout the world. So, um, oh, yeah, I was going to tell you a little story about a lovely lady. Um, if you ever watched the Brady Bunch. God, that was a hokey show, wasn't it? Okay, well, anyway, uh, there was a time when a woman said something that was a lie, and okay, how do I word this? Okay, I was young. I would not probably go about this in the same way now, but it worked. So, I wanted her to clear up the lie because it was causing frictions in our families. She wouldn't do it. So I went into her store and I charged some stuff. And I told her I would pay for it. Oh, she was pissed when she told the truth to her husband. And she took me to court. Well, I was advised not to show up. First off, I didn't have anything, and you can't get something from somebody that doesn't have anything. And unless you have somebody paying your bills. Like if you have a family member that is giving you money, you can lien that family member's property. So, um, but so then she called. She was just flipping pissed. And I'm like, tell the truth. I'll pay you. I told you right from the start. Just tell the truth. At first, she said, are you going to come in? And I said, yeah. I was waiting for you to tell the truth. And then she still wouldn't. So she called me after court. And I said, I kept telling you, I got the money right in my pocket. I'll drive right there right now. I'll pay you as soon as you tell the truth. She wouldn't do it. So then I seen her and her daughter and her son in town in the store, and they were going to kick my ass. I said, come on out to the parking lot. I said, as soon as your mom tells the truth, we'll be good to go. And she was still pissed again. Finally, she did tell the truth, and finally, they got their money. But the moral of the story is you can't get blood from a turnip. And I was advised that this woman was being untrue in her transactions and different things in life to stick my guns. And if I didn't even show up, there really wasn't anything she could do about it. So, that works in some extremes. Sure does. I had paperwork. I was all ready to go in there and fight, and I was told no, she's in the wrong here. So you just let them put that on you because you won't go to jail. It's not a criminal case. It's like, yeah, that's true. You know. Well, now that I have property and stuff, I really wouldn't do anything wrong. And no, I don't have any parents paying any bills for me, so I wouldn't have to worry about somebody leaning their property for something stupid I did. So, um, but yeah, if people don't own anything and they have a vehicle or something, you can't take their, if they're both working, you can't lien their vehicles. You can't garnish their wages for a civil suit at all, ever. So it would have to be criminal. And terrorism falls into criminal activity, so does slander and harassment. So, like me having a profession on here, although I'm not charging you for it, to slander my character and actually having documentation of my credentials down below in one of my videos is why I put that on there in case somebody wanted to slander me, because that's what it was coming to. So that's there. And let's see if I can think of something else on that. Ask a lawyer. I'm telling you the truth. I had the best attorney around. He's gone now, but he trained all our judges around and worked out in California, worked in New York, and he's was quite the guy. Now another guy I admire. I don't really much dig men in suits, but Lionel Nation looks good in a suit, and because he's not a stuffy bastard, and occasionally wears a t-shirt and a baseball cap too. So I admire him for his words. I admire him for his kindness and his love and the way he deals with people, his intelligence, his um, he just knows what's going on all over the place. If anybody, you want a good example of a man, go look there. He doesn't have to preach the word of God. He sits like that. That's how he portrays himself, not as God, but as a decent man. So, might if you have like anger issues or communication skills are lacking, you might want to check out Lionel Nation. He's awesome. He is the word wizard. He would make hey Steve, he make your language skills look really lame, as do I. Sorry for you, sorta. Yes, he's very intelligent. It'd be really neat to hold a conversation with him because, well, like he says, most people have the attention span of a gnat, and that is true. It really is true. And you can tell too who gets on there, who actually says a prayer before they get on to speak, or was it premeditated. I noticed somebody that has their daddy coming into town that's talking awful sweet now because he knows daddy's watching those videos, and the tune did change, so tell me it didn't. Go ahead, tell me it didn't. It did, you know it did. I really, really think people making videos of other people, if you're really not a man of God and you're just trying to make money out there, that's disgusting. And I was asked if I thought somebody was working for SJD. No. Now ask me if I think you're working for Satan, like SJD does. Because a man wouldn't approach me like that if they had an issue with me. They would have said, why'd you say that? And I would have come back with what I always did. Because you hid my information when I could have helped people for almost a year. And you said absolutely nothing that I wrote in that book before you did. Go look my name up. It's in there. If you want my maiden name, it's on my Facebook. Put the whole thing in there, and you'll be very surprised. Way before Mr. Youngster calls it his book, and he's opening up a book of numbers that were put into the scriptures to take your money. How stupid are you? Please, for God's sakes, get that. Don't you get I'm trying to help you? I'm really not trying to put anybody down. So after this is said, I'm gonna let this go. I've said it before, and that's the only reason I'm saying it again. I actually do care. Take it or leave it. You want to swear at me, call me names, go for it. You know, that's on you. Like I said, I won't do it back. It's not my style. I'd rather say it to your face. That's my style. So, um, oh yeah, there's other legal things that are on my mind too, but I'm just, not going to talk about a whole lot of stuff right now. But I just wanted to tell you about a couple things that are very true and that are actually real. And you can't go to court or can't go to jail for a civil case. It has to be criminal. So, you know, at least as far as I know. If anybody's heard any different, let me know. But usually the criminals get locked up. So, and that was for a crime, not a civil offense. So, yeah, I got a video. What's the difference between a sin and a crime? Well, a crime is something that you premeditate with intent, you know. And if you have intent to do harm, Your premeditation is a crime and a sin. So, and tell me people aren't causing people anxiety. Well, I was raised like that, so and it's nothing new to me. I was raised by narcissists are us. It's like, well, we'll take control. We'll just yell and scream and be belligerent and not talk like a gentleman and, you know, take control of the whole world like that, right? Hide in the dark and yell. That's always a good tactic. Don't forget to wear your little hats just cocked at the side there, with your brim just all tucked around like that, or with your glasses on, or your glasses halfway down on your nose so people can't really see your eyes. All your little tactics you people use like that. Oh, you can't see me. You don't know what I'm thinking. I'm way smarter than that. So I gotta get on here and throw out a few words for you to think about and maybe even look up for yourself. Maybe look up some adjectives of open, hidden. Um, there's a Aramaic connection between hidden and staircase. Um, and that's to bring out into the light. And like I said, the Jewish term for their dictionary, um, to be able to read the word, actually open means word by word, not number by number, and numbers and words. When the seal of the book is open, those are the ones that can read the words from God and understand the meaning without having to search for it. It's in our hearts. That's the seal. The seal is in our hearts. But people that come at you with loud, belligerent, demeaning, uh, insulting, that type, for me personally, that's not the kind of person I would follow. I would have very little respect or regard for somebody like that. So that's just something to consider. I mean, there's good people out there to listen to, you know. And I did send both my sons and my uh, granddaughter's moms um, people to watch. Like, for instance, Robin's Hoods. If there's anybody that can talk with my sons as another Christian man and reach them with love and concern and words and understanding of what he's reading, um, it's him. And I know that's a fact. So, just for me personally and who I want to listen to, I don't want to listen to somebody that's flipping out all the time and it's like schizophrenic, narcissistic, controlling nature. Uh, I want somebody that's more like a father figure, can control the situation without being a belligerent ass. That's what I prefer personally. No matter anybody's opinion about anyone, that's what I feel. I know the narcissist behavior. I took psychology. I know it very well. I know how to deal with it too. Just watch. I'm really good at it. Hopefully, normally a narcissist has had their heart hurt, and with the bloodline that they are, um, they don't let it go because they don't think they have to. They think they're above everybody else, so why let their pain go too? They'll just inflict that on you. So instead of dealing with it like the rest of us do, no, it's like, oh, gee, my first boyfriend shunned me, so I'm going to treat the next one like garbage. No, it's like, oh, yeah, well, he didn't like me. And come to think about it years later, it's like, yeah, guess I didn't really like him as much as I thought I did anyway. So God was taking care of me, you see. But a narcissist doesn't think like that. They're like, well, you just wait, I'm going to pay you back, even if they have to wait. And they'll keep bothering you until they feel like they're even Steven, maybe, is a saying. Prove it. Whatever. So, so yeah, I'm just going to be coming back with definitions of words and talking to my friends. And if anybody else isn't a friend of mine, well, that's on you. Don't care then. I really don't. You'll have to go socialize with your type of folks, and I'll do the same. It's pretty simple. But just keep in mind, I leave you alone, you leave me alone, and then we're not criminals. If you don't leave me alone, you're criminal. So consider it. May not think it's a big deal, but God does take care of all of us, and He guides us on what to do with criminals. I was asked, I mean, I did paraprofessional work, but I was asked to be a law attorney's paraprofessional because I dig down to the bottom of things, and I don't stop until I find every definition of everything pertaining to that subject and more. That's just how my mind thinks, you know? I love it. I love digging down into the truth and learning more about stuff. I don't take anybody's word for just nothing. I listen to what God's telling me, and that's it. If He tells me somebody's a okay, okay. If He tells me somebody's iffy, that's okay too. But I listen. And yeah, I'd rather be a mild mannered person than an animal, narcissist, freak, weirdo, wouldn't want you around me type of person. I don't like the phony fake. I'm putting on my high heels and going to church and I got my little pearls on and you know what I mean? That type of like, oh, get the hell away from me. You know, I can't stand it. That's truly the Bible thumpers. They might as well thump on that Bible because they certainly don't relate to it. So I think there's more narcissists in a church than there is anywhere else. That's my opinion. But there definitely is in the Illuminati because that's all there is. And I see you, I know you. So just tread lightly. I've told you before. You might not think it's a big deal, but I'm not stupid and I'm not going to just roll over and take it. So, it's the way that is. Because I do have God on my side. And it always works out for the best the way He wants it to. Always. No matter what. So His will is my will and vice versa. So if He willed me to get out here and say something to somebody, well, you can believe that or not. That is the love of God in my heart, trying to communicate. But yeah, so I threw the Illuminati away a long, 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 long time ago. And their money and all their bullshit. And been attacked and attacked. I was attacked anyway, so I thought, what do I need this for? It's the same when I got divorced. It's like, I was doing it by myself anyway. Why not do it by myself? you know? So that is really big independent part of my personality like that I don't give up, ever, especially on my friends. You can crucify me. I say I love Robin Tees. Yeah, Robin Henry Tees, you're my friend. You're a good man. You're a man of God. You have God in your heart, and that shines through clear. And I appreciate you and getting to know a little bit of your family. And you are decent human beings. And I'll stick up to you for you till the end of whenever, forever. So that's why I recommended my own children, hey, go listen to this guy. He's relatively your age. Perhaps you can communicate with them. They didn't really have a man to talk to. And I don't think a lot of times Robin does either. You know, some, but more of the real would be really, really cool. To have, like, they say, we'll meet in a field and we'll all be of one mind. That doesn't mean like we're stuck together like some monolith, you know. It just means that we're all thinking similar, you know. So, let's see, any more thoughts on that? Yeah, just please consider that. Open the seal stuff, that the numbers weren't there when the scriptures were written. And this is a thing inserted by mankind to scam you all through the ages. And it just got worse and worse. And they rewrote it again in the 14th century. And it's a scam. God did not have numbers, He had the Word. And the codes were written by the Masons. It correlates with the dictionary. Those codes, they're in the dictionary right next to a word. It'll say adjective, it'll have like an R, and then it'll have the number value and stuff. And that correlates with the King James and their Masonic Blue Book. And what I'm telling you is the truth in it. You want to give me any flack here? I'm calling you an idiot. You really are. Or you're an evil idiot. And you're the ones that I'm out here to expose and come after with everything that I have. So, and from here on out, I won't let hurt feelings get in my way. You woke up a sleeping bear as far as I'm concerned, because I'm trying to get people in my life that speak the same language and understand the same things. So if you want to try and force your opinions on me, you aren't doing it here. Nobody forces me to listen to something that I feel is less than myself. So and that I listen in here. I don't listen anywhere else. So that is why I recommend somebody for my sons. That's a big deal, a great big deal. If you had kids that you knew needed somebody to talk to, or just listen to about God, and you kind of spoke the same and had same similar thoughts and stuff. Um, if I met a friend and said, "Hey, you remind me of my kid," you guys would probably get along, you know? Or you got something I know you could show my kid, you know? Somebody that speaks my language, somebody that speaks their language, that type of thing. So people that want more in this world than just to be pressured into somebody else's ideals. Because when you live by the word of God, it is the word. So, and it isn't written now. It isn't written now. It was written on our hearts, and it's written in a book of scripture. And those numbers were not there. And they're still being put in there. That's ridiculous. We know right from wrong. These numbers and words mean nothing beyond that. So if you just take that and sleep on that, and then pray on that before you want to talk to me about that, or don't talk to me. See, now I'm not pressing my opinion on you. I am giving you information that I know and a way to look at it for yourself in the dictionary, in the King James, and then you won't have to listen to any man tell you, "I know something you don't." That's flippin' ridiculous. I don't care who you are. So please make me proud of you. I would appreciate that. Some of you, I already am. And I hope to get to know everybody. I still want to hear everybody say, "I'd rather die than lie." Now, up the game. I'd rather lose my soul than be a liar. And if you think somebody's deceiving you, ask them the same. Don't scream and yell at me. Don't write your trashy stuff. Just tell me you'd rather, even if you don't believe in God, then tell me, "I'd rather lose my soul than be a liar." What's it going to hurt? It wouldn't matter, would it? Think about it. So there's no need for you to even respond. Unless you want to say that. I'll always be on that subject. That's my favorite subject, not being a liar. My second favorite subject is being a decent human being. And I don't mean decent by passable. I mean, like Doug said this morning, he said, yeah, people do about half of the 10 commandments and they figure, oh, that's good enough. I'm a Christian, you know. And nobody talks about the 7 deadly sins. You don't, that I know of. Or do you look them up? Do you look at the commandments? Do you know them? Do you keep them? Do you know the 7 deadly sins? Did you look them up? Do you keep them? Because repetitive of that is deadly. So I'm going to leave it on that note. I love y'all. I hope that you have enough respect for yourself to keep your attempts at causing me anxiety to yourself. Put them on Satan, that's where it belongs, and ask for Jesus Christ's help. I always say Christ is right in there looking at you every time I look at you, and every time. That's why people don't show their eyes or their face, because they don't want to see in each other's souls. Do ya? Creeps that are dying to write something nasty to me. Yeah, I see it anyway. Okay, everybody. I love you. Um, I told you I'd come back in better spirits, and I really most definitely am, because I've set my mind to the fact that no matter what anybody wants to say or do, there's God's laws and there's legal laws, and I know them, and I'll apply them all, whatever it takes to stop the nonsense of the narcissist attitude of screaming, yelling, vile, creepy, sleazy, human type, humanoid things. So, okay. I love y'all. Have a good night. Peace and love from Pine City, Minnesota, USA.